Alright guys, welcome to another day of making some money. Let's get this going. We have a few minutes until the Robinhood market opens up, but overall we're looking pretty good today. We have a lot going on, as you can see in the description below, as well as on my Discord. We have everything listed out. So for today, what we're looking at, I put here option plays from yesterday. Of course, everything we listed out yesterday is still in effect. We have calls on BTBT, is something I'm looking forward to doing today because, as you can see, crypto is still on a very nice upwards trend. Moderna also looking to come back up, so we're going to be keeping an eye on that. On the other hand, though, NVAX, Novavax, that's been on a downwards trend, and we can definitely get some money out of some put options on them. Also interested in a lot of these Chinese stocks, the EDU, METF, and a lot of the Chinese education stocks. They've been hitting rock bottom. So I'm looking forward to grabbing some of them while they're at their minuscule prices, because they tend to just randomly on some given day jump up, 3 to 4x. So that would be a nice tripling or quadrupling of the money. A couple calls right here. They've been listed out in the description below as well. A watch list as well as options plays. They've all been listed out down below. As you already know, I follow a bunch of Discord servers that I have paid subscriptions with, where I just share calls from various resources and bring it all to you. So today, of course, SPY still looking pretty nice. It's got a tiny fall by the end of yesterday. Remember, there's a lot of calls happening, not calls, summaries of earnings happening this week. So a lot of the big people yesterday, after closing yesterday, Tesla gave really nice earnings. Logitech was all right. Today we're looking at AMD and Microsoft big time. I'm also going to keep an eye on 3M, UPS. These are all players that can definitely be having big plays, right? Big plays. As you can see, every day this week there's some group that's going to have either before opening or after closing their earnings. So these days that they give their earnings are big things. Now, we've been doing Apple options all week, right? In fact, we've been doing it for quite a while now on my channel. And I used to have this thing I used to say, Apple options every day, right? Apple options every day, because Apple either goes up every day or has this moment of going up where you can quickly get an option, day trade it, sell it as soon as it goes up, and then just watch it for the rest of the day. What we're looking for with Apple is going to be a big break of 150, right? So we're looking for that break. I've already got an option that I'm swinging for this week, and we're looking for that 150 break. That would be the thing. As soon as the market opens at 9:30, we should be looking pretty good for this. Looking pretty good overall. So we're really hoping that works out. Been keeping an eye on AMC just for the fun of it. Yesterday it just slowly creeped its way up. It's always fun to watch AMC, so it is what it is. You can always pick up some options on it if you think it's gonna be skyrocketing its way back to 60 again on any given day. So you go ahead and play with that. EDU yesterday was really just like, I think, yeah, let me find it right here. Like it's been sinking, right? All the education, Chinese education stocks, they've all been sinking. Today it's looking pretty interesting. We got this one over here as well, right? Another Chinese education stock. It's literally a penny stock, but you can see how over the year it's just literally been sinking. So this looks like a very appealing price to me. I would say that I'm going to continue watching this today, see how much further down it goes. Might be worth the grab. Looking at the list we have, I mean, BTBT I picked up on my other, so you can see right here I have it open. I have Trade Desk open, not Trade Desk, TD Ameritrade open. It's just that I can't really have TD Ameritrade on the screen very much because it has a lot of random information on it. I'm not even sure if what's supposed to be shown or not shown. But I picked up 20 BTBT on TD Ameritrade pre-market, because Robinhood I could buy stuff now, right? It's only from 9 to like 4 or 6, I think. That's their only 9 to 6 is their thing. But on other trade platforms, you could buy things much earlier. And if you're really doing day trading on a regular, then yes, you want to be up at like 4 a.m. to buy stocks that are going to go up, right? Because that's what happens when you wake up in the morning and you see some stock that's like up 100% already, right? So then you missed it. And that's because remember the SEC can't really block shit if it's outside of their 9:30 to 4 p.m. work schedule. So they can't really block anything. So you go pump and dump all you want in these after-hour moments or pre-market moments. So I picked up a bunch of BTBT in my TD Ameritrade account. Here I'm probably looking forward to buying some options, right? So I'm probably gonna look for options towards 10 because crypto's been doing pretty good. Crypto's most of my account that's looking all shaky like this, and everyone's account looks pretty similar when they don't have much else other than crypto. And I have 20,000 doggy. I recently picked up 10,000 more when it was at 18 cents, right? So it's at least those 10,000 that I picked up at 18 cents, those are green. I could sell some of those if I ever need to. But you know, all in all, we've been seeing Bitcoin. We're all excited for Bitcoin to make its ascend towards 40K. Any company that owns Bitcoin, as we all know, MicroStrategy owns a lot of Bitcoin, and we saw how that affected them yesterday, right? So MicroStrategy, as soon as the market opened up yesterday, they were just flying, right? So you can see that they went literally from 540 to breaking, you know, pretty much they went up $100 just because crypto came up, right? So MicroStrategy was too expensive to even try doing calls on because even their contracts were beyond expensive. It was pretty ridiculous stuff. Other things we're looking at today, we got any eCore. You know, there's a lot of nice little cheap stocks that we can play along with as well. So we're watching them. Let me see what else. We got some new notifications popping up. So I just got this notification, so let's take a look. Apple over 150, do calls for 155. Yeah, I'm already assuming Apple's gonna go over 150. Like I'm pretty sure they're gonna show positive earnings. They almost always do, so there's no real surprise there. They're also talking about Facebook and Disney. All right, so Facebook I've got open. Facebook has been on a crazy positive trend. Really, like it's just been insane. You know, from July 19th onwards, they've jumped to new highs, right? They broke their all-time high, and they've been ascending. Like I can imagine Facebook reaching 400 pretty soon. So I wouldn't be surprised. You know, pretty soon it's gonna be there. So we've got to watch for all of that. Let me actually post something in the comments here. It's always pretty lame when something copy paste and oh, there's a limit to how many things I can type here. That's true. That makes sense. That makes sense. All right, so let me just share it as a thing right here. Just do a quick screenshot. Okay, so we got copy paste. I'm gonna put it into my thing here. So just for you guys to grab it real quick, right here you can see I just put it on my Discord server just now. Again, remember I don't really advertise my Discord server, nor do I have anyone that's going out there and really booming it out there. I'm just waiting for it to naturally grow. These are some people that I talk with on a regular whenever they are on. Right here you're seeing your usual calls that I'll be posting every day. Calls or for actual calls or for puts, depending on how the stock is doing, right? So you can see the prices that you want to watch out for, the prices you actually care about, right? Those are some things that are always critical. Like a lot of traders, what they do is they announce something that you should buy, but they also announce it with how much you should buy it at. Like they might say, or like for example in my calls, for example, so let's see, like I posted today any, right? So I wrote here, if you look at this, right, ticker any, buy it at 3, and if it breaks 3, there's a high chance it'll break 320, right? And it's pretty close to doing that, so you would buy it, right? So you would wait till this goes up. If it goes above 3, you would have a buy order ready for it to be bought at 3, and then you would have a limit sell ready to sell it at 320 or more. Some of these are very small jumps because you might be buying 10,000 or 1,000 of these stocks, right? And of course that adds up very quickly. So with crypto on its positive ascent, you want to be in BTBT You also want to be in Bitfarm. So let me actually open that up real quick as well. BITF. They've also, there's a lot of stocks out there that are associated with crypto, right? So like when crypto does well, that stock does well, that kind of thing. HUT was one of the newest ones, and I bought a bunch of it on the day of its IPO. So that's something that's worth watching out for as well. HUT went up a lot recently. And let's see. So Bitfarm also had a nice ascent because of the same crypto jump yesterday. I'm looking forward to doing some nice calls today. I'm excited for that. I think that there will be a lot of opportunities today for getting in some good profits from just call options, especially in either SPY. It's kind of hard to buy the MSTR calls. The MicroStrategy stuff is extremely overpriced, so not exactly the easiest thing. But we'll figure it out. Let's see. What are we looking at? SPY's looking good. If we look at yesterday's trending stocks, this is how the day ended yesterday. BTBT had super high volume yesterday. It was a crazy day for them. Riot Blockchain, another stock related to how crypto is doing, also was in the top 3 in volume yesterday. And then we had a bunch of others that are related to Marathon Digital, also related to crypto. But then we had a lot of other stocks that are just under the spotlight right now because they are going to be reporting earnings, right? So we're looking forward to the after closing earnings from Apple, possibly Microsoft, AMD, and Visa as well. We care about all of these. Actually, Starbucks has been a big chatter as well. So this is really helpful because this graph basically tells you what may be worth buying today near the time of closing, and depending on what trading platform you use, you may even want to buy some of these sometime around. Let me just put this in real quick. Okay. Some of these you might even want to buy later on. Like if you have a trading platform that allows you to buy much later after hours, then you might want to watch to see how things do after hours. Right when the earnings are being announced, as something starts jumping up, you might want to pick it up then. I personally wouldn't be too surprised to see any of these not do well because it's possible, but I'm looking forward to them doing well. I'm actually especially bullish on Apple, Microsoft, and Visa, right? Teladoc might actually go down because as COVID restrictions are being lifted in many places, Teladoc is not really all that. Starbucks, though, if we look at Starbucks real quick, this should become AMD for today because we're looking at that. As AMD has been on a crazy run. Like just a week ago, it was that down, right? And it's trying to come back up to where it's been. So I can imagine this breaking 100 very easily. If we look at Starbucks real quick, keep that open as well as part of the earnings, right? So they're on a pretty good wow, right? Like it's just crazy. This is how, if you have a company that's being traded on the market, this is pretty much how you want it to be trading, straight upwards, right? So I'm very confident Starbucks is also going to have positive earnings without any surprises. Very interested in trade desk as well. Might do some trade desk options. Again, really all depends on what things look like and what's really, I guess, catching my sentiment. But trade desk has been very intriguing lately, and it's got the potential. It's got the potential to do a lot. If we actually look up trade desk real quick, TTD, right? So we can see here outpaces stock market gains. Time for trade desk shareholders to take profits, whether or not to sell. Right? There's a lot of random articles, and this is what you look for. You want people writing articles on your company, and hopefully positive articles. So they've been doing pretty good. You know, they've been doing really nice, and I look forward to them continue doing well because that's just how they've been. So I'm pretty bullish on them. We're gonna have to see what happens once the market opens up today, of course. Let me just see what else is happening here. Roku, Disney, Baba, those guys have been insane, insane. Roku was breaking its all-time highs, going way above 400. So if we look at that real quick, we probably won't be buying any of this because their options and their everything is way too expensive. So not really interested in trying. Even their contracts are super pricey, and it continues to ascend, right? So if we look at contracts, if you wanted to buy something, look at this. That's insane, right? That's gonna come out to $1,310. If you try buying something for even August 6th, look at that. It's impossible. It's literally impossible to buy option calls for the average trader, or even a professional, someone who day trades for a living cannot afford any of these. Because if you can afford it, that's one thing, but you want to risk that, right? It's too ridiculous, way too ridiculous. And if you try buying puts, same kind of thing, right? So it's impossible to really day trade anything here besides the stock itself, which really wouldn't be worth it because at most it'll probably go up like $1 or $2 depending on what's happening on a given day. It's had its crazy jump from 421 to 480 now within this last week, right? So that's its own thing right there. Disney is also looking very promising. Let me see if they have anything here. No. Wednesday is going to be a crazy day too because Facebook's been on a crazy upward trend. PayPal has been on an amazing business trend this whole past week, and they continue to make more money. We'll talk more about that tomorrow. But I might want to pick something up today for these guys too, right? Depending on at the end of the day, because tomorrow they're going to be doing their thing, right? BMS, Spotify, McDonald's. A lot of these are just way too successful to ever not have good earnings, right? Shopify, Boeing might be something that might not do well because of the new variant. So a lot to watch out for. I'm gonna keep Disney open as well here now. So we got everything we really care about. I don't think I'll be buying any today. It's moving very slow in the pre-market, so I'm gonna let that close just to make some space up here. Ecore is back to being below $1 again. This is a penny stock I'm just gonna keep on my list and keep coming back to as time demands it. CFMS, we've bought and sold. We've looked at conformance before. I've never actually bought it and sold it. Okay, yeah, this has been on lists multiple times. It's been on the trading watch list multiple times, but not something I've actually bought, right? So that's something that's significant. Let me see. J&J really messed up a lot of people yesterday too. That was pretty sad. A lot of people traded J&J. Yeah, see that end of day fall was something a lot of people were not expecting yesterday. So there's a lot of people that are still hoping J&J is gonna come back up, but it's pretty unlikely. So if you haven't heard, Johnson & Johnson actually recently had released it's a family company, right? They released a sunscreen that had a carcinogen in it, and they had to recall all of it. So that being in mind, I was pretty surprised to see a lot of people even trying to, talk well about J&J or trying to get options calls on J&J. I was like, why? There must be something I don't know. But yeah, that's kind of surprising to me. I can see Disney breaking the 180, coming back to these days, right, mid-July, which was still pretty much during the pandemic. They recovered really well from the pandemic in general. So this was right here where the pandemic fall occurred and Disney had to close out. When it was worth $85, $86, when it was under $100, it was the perfect stock to pick up as many of it as you wanted, because then very quickly it ascended back to almost hitting $200, right? So I could see it trying to get back up to $200, and that's the only reason we really have it open here. AMD, nice jump today, right? So it's already up quite a bit, and we're looking forward to this continuing its upward trend, as well as Starbucks, Snap has been a little iffy, but this day was their grand day. This is the same day Facebook and everyone else jumped up. So you know when it's the week that you're about to give earnings calls, that's the week that'll jump up everything if they've been doing well, or maybe even jump down if they've been really not doing well. So when Facebook went up this near the end of last week, so did a couple others, and it was pretty interesting to see them going up together. Right, so that was their special day from 62 to 78 basically, and still going up. Right, so we're watching all that. Facebook though, crazy ascent. Right, what a big stock. AMC just being silly as always. But my most important thing today, my number one watch for today, I want to see Apple break. Ooh, okay. Interesting. So someone's talking about AMC actually, saying that they're going to continue holding their calls and spreads. I mean, it's AMC. It's part of the people, right? So you never know what's going to happen there. But I want to see Apple break 150. That's what I'm most excited for today. And they announced after today, right? After closing. So basically at 4 they're gonna announce their earnings. Everyone's talking about Amazon as well, because remember Thursday after closing they're gonna announce earnings, and they will undoubtedly have crazy earnings. They have done superfluously. What is this? Okay. Reading some of the things. I guess so being signed up on multiple Discord servers, you obviously have to learn how their outline is for all of them. Once you have their outlines down and you understand what you want to be looking for every day, I get a lot of notifications where I know what to look at and what to avoid, so it works out. So everyone's talking about IG. What is this? iGate Pharmaceuticals. Ooh, holy shit! Doubled pre-market. iGate Pharmaceuticals. What did they do? What was their accomplishment? Oh, they just hired a new guy. Okay, but that was on the 26th. They hired a new guy as their president and CEO. Wow. Interesting. Don't see this going up too much more, so I'm not really going to play along with that. I'm just going to check Emrin now. Emrin, sucky. I'm not sure. You know, there must be a lot of people bag holding Emrin by mistake or something and not having a stop loss when they bought it. It happens. I'm a victim too. So those are usually the people that are often talking about Emrin the moment it goes up even a tiny bit. Here we go, Apple. Just needed to break 150. That's all I ask for. I don't think that's asking for too much. You know, its 52-week high is 150, which means it must have skimmed 150 and come back down, and there might be some resistance there. But with earnings coming and all that stuff, it shouldn't be too bad of a problem for them. You know, I think they can make it happen. They can definitely make it happen. Interesting. There's a lot of things being mentioned. But pretty much everywhere I'm looking, Apple is like the main call of the day. Everyone's got calls on Apple. And then the other thing I just saw, ABMB, 141. Very nice. It's interesting to see the calls people make. Gene. Wow. Okay, so they had another news drop. Been a pretty good time for anyone that picked it up and holding it. Good for them. Good for them. That kind of summarizes most of the calls I'm seeing for now. Let's see. We got 5 more minutes till the market opens up. We're gonna get to see what happens with Apple. A little shaky. Indecisive little Apple. Kind of seeing everyone kind of sort of going down. When the big markets are going down, SPY is pretty much a good indicator of that. You know, most mornings where it's been a really red morning or something, always ends up being an amazing green end of day. So we'll have to see what happens. I got a lot of red candles on BTBT as well, which I bought on my on my TD Ameritrade. So that's what I'm looking at on this other monitor right now. But the Nasdaq is green. The Nasdaq is doing okay. All right, we're doing fine with the Nasdaq, so we should be pretty bullish on most things we care about. Yeah. Yesterday was a great day for BTBT. All right, let's do this. We've got 2 more minutes. Kind of interesting to see this falling off. Is crypto dying again? Let's see. No, not really. This is pretty green. Pretty green. So we should be alright. picked it up at 7:45, so going back to it basically. Everyone wants to go down. And there we have it. The market bell has rung. Don't really see iGate moving in any. Okay, so most people are saying AMD is looking good. So let me try. Let's see how these options look like. I'm gonna give this one a shot right here. Just gonna pick up probably maybe 2. Yeah, I'll just do 2. 2 should be fine. I'm gonna pick up 2 AMD options because they are looking pretty good. Right, jumping up pretty fast actually. It's a good thing I jumped on that rapidly. Starbucks going down, Snap going down, Facebook going down, Apple also unsure. Did it go too quickly for me to actually buy it? I think it didn't fill. Oh no, it did fill. Alright. It filled at 298. It's always rough when something is jumping too quickly. Wow. Trade Desk also did its thing. Looking good. Trade Desk is going. BTBT surprisingly not coming up. Okay. EDU also kind of trying. The lower the Apple goes, the more chances to buy other call options. So we'll see about that. Right now, need AMD. It's green on the AMD calls now. Here we go. I don't want to hold it too long. Let's see. I bought it at 305. It hit 310. Came back down just now. Let me see. Basically, I needed to go to like 95. I needed to hit 95. A little shaky, but it's looking strong, so I have confidence in that. The others that are looking down just give you more opportunities to buy better calls on them. I picked up one Apple contract that I'm gonna hold until the end of today and hold into tomorrow. So but looking at SPY with everything going down, things are looking pretty low. Interesting. Wow. That's a, I didn't even know about orogenics. Alright. OGN. That's a really big jump, because if this is a 61-cent penny stock and someone bought 10,000 of them, then they're pretty lit today. Pretty lit today. Pretty good. Uh-oh. AMD looking scary. Disney pointing back up. Finally, here we go. I'm pretty sure this was just an opening issue. I'm pretty sure this is gonna actually be a pretty green day, which is how this usually goes, right? So if you have a day where it looks like it's a little reddish, not too confident on it, all of a sudden it just turns red, and then the day progresses and you're green as fuck. Look at this, trade desk is up $3, right? It's looking great. Disney's starting to do its thing as well. Their options are not that expensive. I'll probably pick up, I mean, yeah, they're doing pretty good. I don't want to try one of it, just one. But it keeps coming back. It's just jumping too quickly. I want it to come down just a little bit more before I hit. I would want to buy it at 80 cents, but alright, we'll do that. We'll do that right there. 80 cents, perfect. Alright, so we can look at our Disney option. Right here. I'm gonna close. Gotta close some tab. I feel like I don't want to really risk orogenics right now because I missed that, so I'm gonna close that. I'm gonna keep the beats open. EDU, METX. METX is looking good, so I'm gonna open that up on my other computer real quick just to have it there. Something to keep an eye on. I'll close that out. So we've got a Disney contract that we're losing on right now for now. And AMD. That's it. These are powerful. I bought it at 80 cents and it continued to apparently come back down. So here we are, which happens. Can't do anything about it. This is why you try to really just buy one or two unless for some godforsaken reason you actually know for sure this shit is gonna skyrocket. Right? Like Trade Desk has been on this trend, so it's pretty positive it was gonna go up, but no one knew it was gonna go up like this. The other thing, pen. Ooh, very nice. Let's see. SPY still going down. Disney sinking. AMD is not sinking. probably want to. They announced today at the end of the day. Apple also is at the end of the day. I don't think shorts are going to be able to do much about any of that. Disney's looking like a letdown. Might have to drop that. AMD though looking okay. I'm pretty sure this is gonna print. Would have been even better if I grabbed it even earlier or possibly yesterday, right? So that's the thing with these like earnings, right? So I knew this was today, so I should have picked up AMD yesterday as well. Same thing with Apple. Apple though, you know, I picked a safe option here because Apple's always a little confusing. It's random, right? You can see how some days it can be going up like crazy and then it starts coming back down, goes up, comes back down, goes up, and then it does weird things. And it's very rare for these kinds of days actually. This was a pretty nice day right here, the 23rd, where it went up throughout the day. But most days it's pretty much a roller coaster ride for Apple. Like anywhere you look, you know, it's pretty much a roller coaster ride for Apple. So this call option here, I only picked up one contract, kept it real safe, not going to be a massive loss if even things don't work out. But by the end of today, like around maybe 2 or 3 p.m. is when I would buy other contracts for hoping big jumping forward, right? Big jumps forward as they announce their earnings at the end of the day today, right? So that's something that's going to be worth watching out for. Disney's looking like it's trying to come back up again, so we're going to keep an eye on that. AMD going, alright, 94. I think I'm going to go ahead and put the sell to close and put in the 3.10 order just to keep it safe because it's looking pretty shaky. Next time it hits 310, I want that order to fill. Similarly with Disney, I would say if it I just picked up one, right? Okay, so we're gonna put in an order to sell this at point, I would say 84. We'll just take that. Once it makes it there, we'll take that. This is till the end of the week anyway, so we're good there. Yeah, that's kind of looking pretty good to me. Now for others that have come back down a little, let me see what the people are talking about. People are buying SPY puts. Not too sure about that. I'm not feeling that, to be honest. I don't think the market is on a shit swing. Someone bought a $124 Peloton call, but I'm not really. Their entry is at 2.46. It's at 2.24 now, which would definitely be a better entry than what they've posted. But I'm not too sure why Peloton would actually go up or anything like that. Not inclined to take that, so I'm not confident on that call there, and that's okay. Not every call is amazing. Roku, on the other hand, is about to hit 500 today. It's been one of the biggest jumps. This stock has been so crazy from back when it was like 160, not too long ago. Like literally, I remember looking at it at these prices and thinking, "Oh, okay." And then next thing you know, this is pretty insane. Basically, lesson learned, right? If it ever comes back down to anything under 300, it's worth grabbing. Anytime it's ever under 300, it's worth grabbing. That's what I've learned there. But Roku options, impossible. Way too expensive. Imagine if I did get the options though. I'd be balling, but extremely expensive. Disney's looking a little shaky. AMD not too sure about itself either. But the day is young. The day is young. So good luck to you guys. Keep doing your thing. And then I shall see you guys again tomorrow.